So Sergio Aguero's dad has accused Pep Guardiola of crying fake tears over his son's Manchester City exit. This comes after Sergio Aguero's brother had called out Guardiola on the same thing. So it looks like Guardiola never wanted Aguero to be on the team. This is interesting news. Let's see what happens. Another reminder that Mohamed Salah, Kevin De Bruyne, and Romelu Lukaku all played for Chelsea at one point of time. Now all three are wanted by Chelsea, and they're doing very well. Manchester United are worried about the Jadon Sancho transfer, according to Daily Express. United wanted to sign Jadon Sancho, and they also wanted to sign Rafael Varane in this transfer window. But Manchester United are keen not to overpay for Jadon Sancho like they did in previous seasons for guys like Romelu Lukaku, Harry Maguire, and Paul Pogba. The jury is still out on two of those players, whereas Romelu Lukaku never really worked out, neither did Angel Di Maria. So Manchester United are really reluctant to overpay for Jadon Sancho and not getting ripped off. Regarding Rafael Varane, Manchester United are very close to getting Rafael Varane. It is believed that Carlo Ancelotti, after the signing of David Alaba, is looking at either Sergio Ramos or Rafael Varane as his partner in the long term. If Varane is the first choice, if Varane renews his contract, then Sergio Ramos' contract will not be renewed and he'd be free to go to whatever club comes calling, be it PSG, Manchester City, Chelsea, or Manchester United. Whereas with Rafael Varane, if Varane signs the contract, if Varane does not sign the contract, he would be free to go to Manchester United. There's breaking news that Simone Inzaghi has been appointed at Inter to replace Antonio Conte. This is something that we had known for a while. Antonio Conte is willing to come to Tottenham as head coach only on one condition. That one condition being that if the club can guarantee him that Harry Kane will not be sold. This is interesting because Harry Kane has publicly said that he wants to leave Tottenham Hotspur, although Tottenham are not quite willing to sell their star player, and they really shouldn't sell him because he is the guy who makes Tottenham tick, and without Harry Kane, Tottenham might not even finish in the top 10 next season. They do not have that quality without Harry Kane. Obviously, with the money coming in, or if a swap deal does come in, they will still be finishing. They might still just finish in the top 10, but then again maybe not in the European places because the competition is very tough in the English Premier League with teams like Everton. Leeds United played really well last year, then there was West Ham United. So the competition is really tough in the English Premier League. PSG to open talks to sign Cristiano Ronaldo as Kylian Mbappe replacement. There could be a domino effect. If Kylian Mbappe moves to Real Madrid, then there could be movement elsewhere with Cristiano Ronaldo joining PSG. Sergio Ramos has clashed with Real Madrid over Kylian Mbappe interest. Another reminder that India play Qatar today at 10:30. Belgium take on Greece tomorrow. Argentina and Chile also take on each other, whereas Spain and Portugal also face off tomorrow. So the Copa America is, I think, about to start as Argentina and Chile will take off. No, they're squaring off in the World Cup qualification game. Kylian Mbappe has opened up on turning around Real Madrid that it was another country and another culture. Lucas Vazquez has renewed at Real Madrid until 2024. That is good news for Lucas Vazquez. I don't know how much he would be used under Carlo Ancelotti, but let's see. Coming back to the Simone Inzaghi. Simone Inzaghi was the coach of Lazio, and that is the only team that he has ever coached. And he did reasonably well at Lazio, but he will be expected to do much better now that he is in Inter Milan. With Real Madrid, so PSG are looking to sign Cristiano Ronaldo. That is if Kylian Mbappe moves to Real Madrid. Now, Kylian Mbappe moving to Real Madrid is becoming a real possibility as Madrid are continuously focusing their attention on the Frenchman to bring him to the Spanish capital, and Mbappe has said that he's always admired Real Madrid, but in a recent interview, it was been claimed that Mbappe almost signed for Real Madrid way back in 2014 when he visited Real Madrid's facilities to play with his idol Ronaldo and Zinedine Zidane. Now, if Mbappe does move, then PSG are going to move for Cristiano Ronaldo. They are also quoting guys like Mohamed Salah and Harry Kane. So if Salah is different player from Kylian Mbappe, but surely he would fill up that wing position really well. Although Mbappe has been playing more of a striker in this season, but Salah can also play as striker as a front. Harry Kane already plays as a striker, so that's interesting to see what this development will take place. Mohamed Salah will fit in well at PSG, and Harry Kane too. These are two really good players who would fit into any team. Ronaldo, it's expected that Allegri wants to build his team around Alvaro Morata and Paulo Dybala, so he's keen to offload Ronaldo and his huge contract. Now the contract that Ronaldo carries is a big worry for all the teams, but PSG are a handful of teams who can actually fit his wages into who can fit his contract into their wage bill. Now it might also be that the case might also be that Ronaldo will be sent to PSG and Juventus will get Mauro Icardi and a couple of other French players for £25 million, all of which are very, very good deals to get a player of Ronaldo's caliber. Ronaldo might not be the player he used to be, but he's still one of the top 3 players in the world. So you still cannot expect Ronaldo or Messi to not perform at the highest level, and there are still a lot of years left. Son Heung-min in a recent interview has said that the transfer speculation surrounding Harry Kane, that nothing is done yet, and that he is focusing on the national team and on his club, just like Harry Kane will be. So Kane's partner in crime from Tottenham is saying this is a big news coming from his partner in crime from Tottenham. If Son Heung-min is saying something about Harry Kane, we better listen, that he's not going anywhere or his future is not decided yet. Harry Kane clearly wants to go, but Son Heung-min is not letting him go. India take on Qatar in the World Cup qualification round. They are currently 4th in the table, having played 5 matches with just 3 points, behind Qatar, who are at the top, Oman and Afghanistan, and they're only above Bangladesh. So it looks like an uphill battle for India, and I don't see them qualifying for the next stage, to be honest. A couple of friendlies, Belgium and Greece, Spain and Portugal, the Argentina-Chile game, the World Cup qualification. Argentina second after 4 games, they have 10 points. Brazil have a maximum of 12 points from 4 games. Chile has just 4 points, they are down in 6th. So it looks like Argentina should sail through this game with Lionel Messi and co. So Manchester United are not only in the market for Jadon Sancho, they are also potentially looking to sign Jack Grealish. Now Roy Keane has said that he's a big fan of Jack Grealish and of Harry Kane. He wants both of them at the club because what he's saying is right. He says that he believes that if Manchester United want to be the best, you need to sign the best players. Otherwise, next season you will be having the same discussion over and over again. There's no point in signing lesser quality players and not playing them. Like they signed Donny van de Beek last season, but they did not play him. Why not just go big, sign a better player, spend the cash, get a Jack Grealish into the team, start him up front, or start him, where he's supposed to be starting. You make Marcus Rashford the striker, start him on the left wing, start Jack Grealish on the left wing, Bruno Fernandes in the center, Jadon Sancho on the right. If needed, start Harry Kane up top and get rid of Marcus Rashford. But you get your starting 11 right, you get your starting lineup correct, and you get your players in who will win you the title, because finishing second, you have to aim to finish first, and to finish first you need the best players on your team. There's no point in going for players from tier 2, no disrespect, but there's no point in going for players who are tier 2 quality instead of going with players of tier 1 quality. There's an article in Manchester Evening News where they say Manchester United need to learn from their Harry Maguire mistake to complete Declan Rice transfer. Basically what they're saying is that Declan Rice will cost them. So basically what they're saying is that they waited for Harry Maguire for a season so that his fee would come down, but it never came down. Same thing happened with Bruno Fernandes. So they're saying if they don't sign Declan Rice this season, hoping that his fee will come down next season, that might not happen. So, and you're wasting 1 year as well. So might as well get the deal done in this season straight away. And Declan Rice will not come cheap. He's already been quoted at £100 million, and David Moyes said that he's far more valuable than the £100 million. He's saying that there are players from overseas who cannot lace his boots, and there are, like, the influence he has and the impact he has is immense on his team. So they're right in saying that, waiting for the fees to come down next season, they should instead just sign him this season, pay that extra cash, and go on the upward trajectory this season. But again, finances are a big issue these days. Whether the team has the cash or not remains to be seen.